what up guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the Warlock. So if you're a new player, you decided to make a Warlock, I'm going to be talking about the subclasses and which subclass to choose right away. And I'm going to be talking about the certain exotic gear you should get and other gear as well, and what's good to get and what's not good to get and all that. First of all, I know if you just got the game and you're with the Taken King, you're gonna be able to start off at level 34 right away. But what I'm not understanding is what subclass, if you'll be able to pick what subclass you want, or and it'll be upgraded all the way, or both of them will be upgraded all the way. Stuff like that. I know you won't be able to get the third class subclass right away because it's new, and I know you're gonna have to do something to unlock that subclass anyways. So what I'm going to talk about is what subclass you should start off with and which one you should pick if they allow you to do that. And then after I talk about each subclass, I'm going to talk about the Warlock gear, like what exotic gear you should aim for or hope to get, and what exotic gear is good and which one's not, and stuff like that. And after I talk about the gear, I'll talk about these weapons I have on the Warlock, and that'll be pretty much it for the video. So if you're new, you just made a Warlock and you want to have a better understanding of the Warlock, then hopefully this video will help you out. And I'll also talk about what subclass, which one's good for PvP and which one's good for PvE. But to be honest with you, the Warlock, each subclass is really good in PvE and PvP, but the one you should aim for first is the Sunsinger. That's the best Warlock subclass in my opinion, and if you want to play PvE, you're going to want to be a Sunsinger, and it's pretty good in PvP as well, especially in trials. A lot of people use Sunsinger because they can res after they die if they have their super. So right now I'm just going to talk about the Sunsinger subclass, what grenades are good, how you should set it up, and what the super, how you should set your super up and your grenades and your punch and all that stuff. So let's talk about the grenades. Now, solar grenades are really good in PvE. I really like them. This firebolt grenade is really good in PvP. I still like the solar grenade, but what people tell me, firebolt grenade is a lot better in PvP, so I would suggest using that in PvP. And this grenade I never really use, so I'm not going to talk about it. It's either between one of these two grenades. Now for your jump, you always want this jump right here, guys. This is the best jump you want. It gives you better control when you jump in the air and stuff like that. These two other jumps you're not going to want to use unless you have to use them because you have to level the Sunsinger up when the Taken King comes out. But like I said before, if it starts you at 34, hopefully it will give you the option to choose between what subclass you want, which of one of the two. So we'll have to see and wait on that. Now this is the super of the Sunsinger, and what you usually want is Fireborn. So whenever you die, you can res, and then people won't have to revive you and stuff like that. Radiant Skin, it could be good in PvP, reduces incoming damage when you use it, but again, if you're playing trials, you want Fireborn. Song of the Flame, while active, radiance reduce all cooldowns of nearby enemies. This can be actually really good in PvE situations, like if you're playing Vanguard Strikes. Whenever you throw a grenade and the enemies, not the enemy, but your teammates around that grenade, it'll charge up their grenades a lot faster and their punch abilities as well. But usually you're going to be on Fireborn. Actually, you should always be on Fireborn in my opinion. So this is Scorch. This is his punch ability. You know, I don't really care about the punch that much, but I use the Flame Shield, so that's whenever you punch an enemy, you get this protective shield over you. So when you get shot, instead of it taking your health down, it takes the shield down. So I think that's the best option right there. Hitting an enemy with Scorch knocks them back. I don't know why you would use that. Killing enemies with a Scorch causes them to explode. That could be good too. It's kind of cool in PvE, but you should really never use Brimstone. So I would use Flame Shield because it gives you a protective shield. Now, before I get to these abilities right here and here, I'm going to talk about how you should set up your Warlock. If you're just playing PvE, I would say armor is more important and recovery. So you could go like this and then like this. Because agility is not really that important in PvE because, I mean, it's not that hard to outmaneuver a AI enemy. So that's probably the way you want it set up. But for PvP, agility is a little bit more important, and the Warlock's pretty slow. So you probably want it set up more like, you want more armor though. Let's see. Maybe like this right here. Yeah, you want to set it up like this. Oh, there we go. More like that. So you got armor, you got recovery. So I would say PvP, recovery is not really that important. Armor is, and agility, but that's the best way to set it up. But again, you can try out this if you want to, and change it up to whatever better suits you. So it's up to you guys. But like I said, in PvE, again, you probably want it like that. So you can take more damage and you recover a lot faster. Okay, let's get to Radiant Will and Viking Funeral and Sunburst. So this one increases the duration of Radiance. So when you res yourself, you're able to throw more grenades because your grenades recharge a lot faster. So that means that will last a lot longer. So that can be good in PvE. Now this is really good in PvP. Enemies you ignite burn longer and take more damage. That's really good in PvE too, but if you're more interested in PvP, then I would suggest doing Viking Funeral. Sunburst, killing enemies with Scorch has a chance to generate orbs of light. Again, you probably want to use that when you're playing in like a PoE situation where you have to make orbs of light for your other teammates so they can have their super as well. A Viking Funeral for PvP. Let's see, and this could be good in PvP too. Like I would say just regular Crucible, so your teammates can get their super fast. But in trials, this is probably what you want right here. So this is Torch of the Flame. All grenades ignite enemies, causing damage over time. That's really good in PvE. Angel of Light, it's you're never going to use that. Maybe in a PoE situation where you're fighting a boss that ignites the floor on fire and you don't have a time, then you probably want to use this because when you aim in the air, you kind of hover there. But in PvP, you're never going to use this because you never want to be just hovering in one place in the air. So you're just an easy target. And then Gift of the Sun, this gives you an additional grenade. That's really good. I like that. I usually have it on this. So that's a Song Singer, guys. That's how you should set it up. But again, you can mess with these right here to your liking. It's up to you. So let's talk about the Void Walker. Now, this is the second thing you should upgrade. Again, I can't talk about the third subclass because I know a little bit about it, but I know you can't unlock it right away. You have to do something to be able to unlock it, and then after you unlock it, you have to level it up. But this is so you might want to unlock the next subclass that comes with the Taken King over Void Walker. But Void Walker is really good too in PvP and PvE too. It's just the Sun Singer is way better in both situations, I think. So let's talk about the grenades. Vortex grenades. It's pretty good, but that's more for I guess PvE. But again, you're not going to use it that much. Scatter grenade. It's pretty good in PvE and PvP, but you kind of have to be really close to the enemy for it to hit them. But I mean, it's not bad. The Axion Bolt, it's really good too in PvE and in PvP too. So I would suggest using this one and this one. Pick one of these two, and then this one's just if you're just fucking around on Vanguard strikes. This is the Glide. Again, you want Focus Burst. This is the one I use, but a lot of people use Blink in PvP. So I would suggest if you're really interested in PvP, getting used to Blink, because a lot of people use that, and it really confuses the other player. It confuses me when I'm in PvP situations and someone uses Blink. It's a really good jump, but I usually use Focus Burst on PvE situations, and I need to learn to use Blink. Nova Bomb. So Nova Bomb, it's really good. I usually use Vortex over any of these other ones. Nova Bomb creates a vortex which causes damage to enemies trapped inside of it, so that's really good in PvE. And in PvP situations, you can get a group of enemies and do a lot of damage to them, and just kill a big group of them. Shatter. Nova Bomb splits into 3 projectiles. Some people use that, but again, I really like Vortex. And then Lance. Nova Bomb travels further and faster. I really never use that, but I mean, that could be good in PvP. But again, I would suggest using one of these two. But it's up to you. This is the punch. Usually reduces the cooldown of Nova Bomb, so that reduces the cooldown of your special ability, and I like that. Surge is damaging an enemy with energy drain, increases weapon and speed movement. That can be good too in PvP and in more so in PvE. Killing an enemy with energy drain restores portion of your health. That can be good in PvE and PvP as well. But I'd rather use Soul Rip. So this is how I'm going to talk about these two columns first before I get into these over here. So this is how you should set up your Warlock when you're playing in. Let's start with PvE. So again, in PvE, I like armor and recovery more than agility. So it'd be more set up like this. So again, I suggest if you're new to the game, go with this setup because you have more armor, more recovery, and again, it's not that hard to maneuver AI when you're fighting them. So, or outmaneuver, I should say. So I would go with that setup. But when you're playing in trials, you definitely want to be able to have armor and be able to move faster. So I'd probably have it like that right there, especially in trials. But you could use Void Walker in trials, but most people use Sun Singer so they can res. So I would suggest using Sun Singer if you're playing trials. So let's talk about this column right here. This increases the size of the explosion created by Nova Bombs and grenades, so that can be pretty good. This makes a Nova Bomb track the enemies. That's the one I use the most. I like that one. And then the hunger increases the duration of energy drain effects. Not really sure what that means, so I don't use it. energy drain. So this is this. So I guess that would increase, if I have it on Soul Rip, it would increase the bar that for my super ability, so I get more of it if I had it on that. But again, like I said, I use Angry Magic more often than this one or this one. So let's talk about this. Vortex Mastery increases the range of Axiom Bolt Seeker and the duration of Vortex effects over Nova Bomb and Vortex Grenades. So that means your super lasts longer and your grenades, like this one, will last longer. So I use that. Bloom, enemies killed by any of your abilities explode. That's really cool in PvE situations, because once one explodes, another one will explode, and if you're using scatter grenades, it'll cause them to explode too. So that's really cool. So you could set it up like that if you wanted to in PvE. This one right here, damaging enemies with Nova Bomb or any grenade triggers an energy drain effect. So that's like you're punching them, so you can get it'll help your super out or your shield or whatever. I don't think Void Walker actually gets a shield. Let's see. So it would mean, like, if I had it like this and this, my movement speed and weapon speed would last for I would get that ability. So that's what that would mean. But again, I don't really use this one that much. I usually stick to this. So that's the Void Walker, guys. Now I'm going to talk about the gear, and then I'm going to talk about the weapons, and then that'll be it for the video. So let's talk about the exotic helmets first, and then the other helmets that I have that I like to use. This is the Ram. This is really good for PvP situations and even PvE, because you can take more damage, so that's always good. This helmet right here, it's good for if you're doing the Crota raid. When you pick up Orbs of Light, it heals you, so that's really good. And when you're fighting Crota, your health doesn't recharge, so that's really why when I was playing Crota, I would wear this helmet right here. This helmet I never use, I mean, it's okay, but again, I never use it. And then this one's really good. I like this one because it's all black, as you can see right here. So it's really cool looking. It kind of looks like a Star Wars helmet. But what's good about it is when you're using your Void Walker and you're using your super, if you kill a bunch of enemies, your super recharges really fast. So you can almost use your super over and over again. It's pretty good. So I would say this is the most important helmet to get, the Ram. And then this helmet right here is really good for trials because you revive your teammates faster. So that is really good on trials. This helmet right here is, again, it's good for PvE situations, not really PvP. So the Ram's number 1. If you like PvP, I would say this helmet's number 2, and then this helmet number 3, or this helmet number 3, and then this helmet number 4. This one I never use. Right here, this is a Vault of Glass helmet. I really like the look of it, and that's why I upgraded it, so I can be 34. Again, it's more for PvE situations. This is a PoE helmet. I hate these. I hate the stats on these, so I'm not really going to talk about PoE gear at all. This is Iron Banner helmet. I started recently playing Iron Banner, so I don't really have a full set of Iron Banner gear for the Warlock. But I mean, it's Iron Banner, so it's up to you to get that. This is a Crota helmet right here. This will drop when you're playing the Crota raid. Again, it's more set up for when you're playing Crota, but it's not a bad helmet to use most of the time if it looks pretty cool. So yeah, that's that. Now, before I get to this, usually how I have this set up is like this. So this is all my vault of glass gear. Excuse me there. So I really focus on intellect and discipline, and I don't care about strength because that has to do with your punching ability. And in PvE situations, you're not going to be punching people because they do too much damage to you. Discipline is for your grenade cooldown. So if this is at 100%, when you throw your grenade, it resets and you have to wait until it recharges. So if it's at 100%, it's going to recharge a lot faster than if it was at 50%. And it's the same thing for intellect. Your super is going to recharge a lot faster, and you're going to get more energy towards your super every time you kill an enemy as well. So again, if you're new to the game, just get whatever gear you can get. But if you play enough, really focus on intellect and discipline. So let's talk about the gauntlets. Now, again, this is a VOG gauntlets. You get it from playing the Vault of Glass. So yeah, that's that. This is, I think this is a gauntlets you got when you're doing a mission for Eris. But I haven't really upgraded it because I got better stuff. I'll talk about the exotics in a minute. This is another piece of legendary gear that I have that I haven't really upgraded. I might just end up deleting it. Right here, this is PoE gear, the Prison of Elders. Again, I really don't like the stats on it, so yeah. This is from Crota Raid. Again, it's more set up for Crota, but again, it's got intellect and discipline, and that's the way I like it. So let's talk about the exotics right here. So this is, let's see what this is for. So this is more for PvP situations, but I never use it. I like these gauntlets, the Sunbreakers. When you're a Sun Singer, what I use it for when I'm playing PoE or PvE situations, I have these solar grenades, and then I have 2 of them, and this makes those grenades last even longer. So if you throw it into a group of enemies, it should kill them, you know, over the period of time that grenade's on the ground. So it's really good. These gauntlets I never use. They could be good, but I can't really talk about them because I never use them. They're more for a Void Walker, but when I'm using a Void Walker, I usually use this helmet right here. I really like this helmet, like I said before. So those are the gauntlets. This is a chest piece. This is a chest piece from the Vault of Glass. Again, it has intellect, and I really like it. This is Iron Banner. So again, if you play Iron Banner, you'll be able to get gear like this as well. This is from Crota. Again, it's more set up for Crota, but you can use it if you like pulse rifles or sniper rifles in PvP, and it looks pretty cool as well. This is a PoE gear if you want to look at the stats, but I'm not going to talk about it. Here, I'll give you a couple more seconds to look at it, or you can pause it. And then this is Trials robes. So you get this from playing Trials. Now, as you see here, there's a lot of exotic chest pieces. This is more for, I guess this is set up for PvP and PvE. But it's like, it depends on what kind of circumstance you're in. Like, if you're a Sun Singer and you're playing PvP and you die and you have it where you can res yourself, this will blind the enemies around you. But I would say that's more for PvE, because you're going to have more enemies around your orb than if you're playing PvP. So this is probably more of a PvE situation. You could try this in PvP, but I would think it'd be really hard to blind somebody. with it. So, but it's not bad. This is the Starfire. This is really good for. This could be good for PvE and PvP, so it's not bad. It's intellect, so that's always good. Is it an important chess piece to get? I wouldn't say so. This one's pretty good too in PvE. I mean, it's okay. Right here we got this chess piece as well. It's more for Void Walker, but you could wear this in usually in PvP, especially in trials. Like I said before, you're gonna use the ram or this helmet right here, so you can revive your teammates faster. This other stuff, I mean, like I said, if Xur is selling the engrams, like the chess piece engrams, then you can try to get one of these. I would suggest getting probably this one. It's pretty good. I would try to get this chess piece, but all these chess pieces, like but all of them are, they're pretty good. So I can't really say there's a bad one in the group. So they're all pretty good. All right, and the Warlock is the only one that doesn't have exotic leg pieces, so you can't even get that. So this is Vault of Glass gear right here, guys. These are boots. They're good because you can carry more heavy weapon ammo, so that's always good. This I haven't upgraded. This I haven't upgraded. I'll probably end up deleting these when Taken King comes out, or it depends on what kind of leg pieces they have. This is from the Crota raid. These are really good, but again, they're more set up for when you're doing the Crota raid. But again, you can carry more heavy weapon ammo, so that's always good. And this is again PoE, and I don't like the stats on PoE gear, so I'm not going to talk about it. So that's for the gear, guys. Again, I guess you're going to want to aim for the helmets more than anything. And then probably the chest pieces next, because they're really good. And then I would really aim for Sunbreaker gauntlets. I really like those when I'm playing Vanguard. And in certain PoE situations and in certain PvE situations and raids. I like these gauntlets a lot. But right now I'm going to talk about the weapons I have and how good they are and stuff like that, and then that's going to do it for this video. So let's get started. Now, this is the Vision, the VOC. This is my favorite scout rifle. I have one of each on every character, so you get this from the Vault of Glass. So it's one of the best scout rifles in the game. So, but again, if you're new and you're playing the Taken King, there might be other scout rifles out there better now, and you might not be able to upgrade this scout rifle anymore as well. So we'll have to wait and see. But when the Taken King does come out, and the Vault of Glass gear and weapons are still, you're able to upgrade them, then I would suggest playing the Vault of Glass, because they have a lot of good weapons in that raid. And same thing with Crota as well. So this is a normal auto rifle. I'm just keeping it for when they do the buff on the auto rifles to see how good it is. This is a PoE weapon. Again, I don't like PoE gear or weapons because they have stupid stats on them. This is the Bad Juju. This is actually really good in PvE and PvP situations. I really like the Bad Juju. It's pretty good. This is the Wolf Leash 2 Scout Rifle. It's pretty good. It does void damage. It's good in PoE situations. But like I said, a lot of PoE weapons are really dumb. Have stupid stats. This is the Scholar. This is what you get from playing Trials. This has fire burn on it. It's actually pretty good in PvP. It hits really hard, but it shoots kind of slow. This is a good scout rifle as well. It's even better than the Vision, but it doesn't have as many ammo in the magazine, and it shoots a lot. I mean, shoots okay, but I still like the Vision over it. This is the Husk of the Pit. It turns into the Necrochasm. But yeah, I'm probably going to end up deleting this. The reason I had it because I was going to try to use it in trials, is to fuck around, but I never did it because I was too scared to do it. This is the Vex. You can only get this in the VOG. It's a really good fusion rifle. It's good in PvP. I wouldn't say in PvE, because you're just going to run out of ammo way too fast than when you're playing PvE. So again, if you're just playing Vanguard Strikes, you can mess around with it, but you'll notice right away that you'll lose a lot of ammo, or you'll run out of ammo really fast. So let's go here. This is the Plug 1 fusion rifle. It's really good. I like it. So yeah, I haven't upgraded it, but I might re-roll it too. But yeah, this is a Matador shotgun. You can only get this while playing PvP. It's a really good shotgun as long as you get as long as you roll, because you can roll this with Motes of Light and at the weaponsmith at the tower. But as long as you get full auto on it, it shoots really fast and it's really good. This is an Icebreaker, the best exotic sniper rifle in the game. It doesn't use ammo, so it's really good. This is the Dry Rot shotgun. Again, you get this by playing Vanguard Strikes, and that's the kind of roll you want on it. But yeah, it's a really good shotgun. This is the Fourth Horseman. It's a very good exotic shotgun to have. It's good in PvP situations. It's fun to use in PvE situations as well. So yeah, but this is a PlayStation exclusive. So if you have an Xbox One or an Xbox, what is it, 360? You can't get this right now, but I'm pretty sure pretty soon you'll be able to. This is a good sidearm. This is a weapon you get from doing the Queen's bounties. So you can get that by doing that. This is a Final Rest. It's a good fusion rifle. This is the Black Hammer, my favorite sniper rifle in the game. Wolfborn Oath shotgun. It's a PoE weapon. Again, it's okay shotgun, but I'm probably going to end up deleting this when the Taken King comes out, because as you can see here, I have no room like for anything except for boots. So yeah, this is okay heavy machine gun, but it doesn't have as many rounds in the magazine as I would like, but it's okay. This is another heavy machine gun you get from Crota. It's pretty good. It's got a good magazine size, 87. The Hunger of Crota is a good rocket launcher. So if you should probably play Crota to get this rocket launcher, because it's pretty good. This is the Galahorn. You know, it's okay. But yeah, this is a Dragon Breath. It doesn't have tracking on it, so it's kind of shitty. Never use it. The Last Rebellion. This is another PoE rocket launcher. It's pretty good for what it is, but again, this weapon deals moderate bonus damage to fallen Shanks. Like, how stupid is that? It's fucking retarded. And then this is a Iron Banner rocket launcher, and you know, it's okay too. But yeah, that's the weapons I have on my Warlock. Again, if you watch this video, thanks for watching, and I'll check you guys out later.